20 years ago, Phillips Theological Seminary had decided to move from their long-standing campus in Enid, Oklahoma, to come to Tulsa. At that point, they didn't have a professor to teach Methodist doctrine, and they asked me if I would teach. 20 years ago, this very bright, capable young man showed up in my class, a recent graduate of our Oklahoma City University, a member of the Choctaw tribe here in our country and our state. In only 8 short years after he was in my class, he had become the face, the heart, the voice of the Oklahoma Indian Missionary Conference. Dr. Tom Roughface, who had long been the spiritual, moral leader of the conference, had died, and the conference turned to this very talented young man. For the past 12 years, he has been elected and re-elected to head their delegation. And because he's had that esteemed position, he's been asked to serve on general boards and agencies literally around the world. So today, where you hear of the Oklahoma Indian Missionary Conference, you hear about this outstanding person. Last summer, I knew it was my last time to be an official delegate from the Oklahoma Conference to get to help in the election of bishops. We had 12 candidates for 3 places. I had the privilege, ballot after ballot, to vote for my former student to be a bishop, the very first Native American bishop in our denomination. He finally ran forth. We elected 3. But he's a very young man, and 4 years from now, 8 years from now, I just anticipate what a wonderful opportunity for the church to name him a bishop. Just before Christmas, he called me and said, I know you're coming to retirement June 2nd. I would like very much to come and say a word of appreciation to Boston Avenue Church. What I want you to realize as our speaker addresses you is that 50 years before there was a Boston Avenue, Indian Methodists already had churches in Indian Territory. Dr. David Wilson. David, welcome.
Thank you, Dr. Biggs. It's a pleasure and honor to be with you here this morning at Boston Avenue. I had called Dr. Biggs last fall because I've been wanting to get here for 2 things. One is just to be able to be in your presence, but the second is to come and say thank you to your church for the past many years. That your church, Boston Avenue, has been probably in the top 3, Dr. Biggs, in terms of your apportionment giving to the Oklahoma Indian Missionary Conference. And I wanted to come myself to acknowledge that, and Dr. Biggs gave me the honor of participating in worship as well. Dr. Biggs mentioned that when the history of this conference briefly, but when our people were removed from our homelands in places like North Carolina and Alabama, Tennessee, the Methodist Church had already evangelized among the Choctaws and Cherokees and Creeks. And so before their forced removal, many of our people were already Methodist people. And the stories are told that as our people came on the trails of tears and settled in places like Park Hill, Oklahoma, Eagletown, Scullyville, Okmulgee area, one of the very first things that they did was to set up Methodist churches. The very first Methodist church among the Cherokees at Park Hill, Oklahoma, among the Choctaws near Pecan Point in far southeast Oklahoma. So for over 180 years that the Methodist Church, the Indian Methodist Church, has been present, starting to consider ourselves the mother church of Indian Territory. I want to come and present a print in honor of Dr. Biggs, but especially give to the church an appreciation for your financial support this morning. The picture is a print done by artist John Walkabout, who's actually from Tulsa, depicting Turtle Fields, who is probably the first Cherokee Methodist minister, Dr. Biggs, to preach in this area with showing 3 other Cherokees in different types of dress. But a reminder again of our appreciation to Boston Avenue for your faithful support and for the legacy and heritage we share together. Thank you.
Thank you. It's beautiful. And Dr. Wilson, for all that you mean to us and the splendid leadership that there's still 84 Methodist churches in the Oklahoma Indian Missionary Conference who have a part of their worship in native tongues. They sing in native tongue, they pray in native tongues, some of them preach in their native tongues. And we're so grateful for the relationship that we have. Dr. Wilson and we have the very same bishop, Robert E. Hayes Jr., and we are together on many special occasions. I wanted you to have a little better look at Dr. David Wilson. You'll be seeing more of him in the future. Thank you very much.